This is Crypto Talk with Jurgen Welsink.
Hello, here's Jurgen Welsink from the Cryptocurrency Academy. I'm here together with Tomer Sofinzon, and he's from Pillar. You're one of the co-founders. So can you tell the community a little bit more, what does Pillar do and how does it solve a problem?
Sure. So Pillar attacks the world of data. Whether we like it or not, the data that is out there doesn't belong to us, right? So it belongs to many other big corporations that are, created, maintained, and built on the premise of mining our data and selling it to the highest bidder. And we want to change that because we believe in the 21st century, data is not only gold or petroleum, but it's going to be like water or it's going to be like air. So do you want you as an individual to be told when to breathe or when to drink? No. So that's what the Pillar project is about. It's about to help you take back your data. And it's about creating a personal data locker that is going to be your gateway to all your digital life and eventually become your personal assistant. So this personal data locker is going to be stored on the blockchain, so on a decentralized architecture, so without any single point of failure. We're beginning as a simple wallet in the current system because we need to, but eventually it's going to grow and grow and grow until we release the software development kit, which I hope is going to be sometime around the late summer. And that software development kit will help other companies to build their businesses on top of the Pillar platform and grow from there and eventually to present to be an alternative to the current system of iOS and Android.
Okay, so basically what you will be providing is that I will have a big locker or vault with all my data and I can decide with whom I share what.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
kind of like that?
Exactly that. It's not only, and you would want that because it's going to be your data. You're not changing the current system to Pillar. So I'm not going to manage your data. I'm not going to be, your data. If someone wants your data, I don't have it. I don't have your private key. Right? So you're the master, you're the owner of your data, and we will help you in many other ways to manage the keys and so on, but you own your data and you own who you're sharing it with. There's another concept that is very interesting, that is the concept of personas inside the personal data locker, because we all are business people and family people, and we have hobbies and we have all these kind of things. You will be able to create inside this personal data locker personas, so that you share the necessary things and the necessary information with the right people and the right group. Entirely in your control, and the artificial intelligence and machine learning that we're going to add on top of that will help you manage the data.
Okay, so basically I can give people access to my family vault, for example, and my kids and my wife and everyone that I want to share that kind of information will be able to get access to that information. Also my medical data and things like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's going to be stored on the blockchain without any single point of failure. So in a redundant way, on a decentralized storage. So there are things that the Pillar platform, in its essence, it's a non-profit foundation. It's a gift to the world. We don't have income and profitability at the core of our platform. When it's a non-profit foundation, we're not here to make money. We're here to provide a platform. And we're very gifted that we did a successful ICO about 9-10 months ago in July last year. And right now we're developing this as a gift to the world, so we can create this platform that will change significantly how data is owned and exchanged and consumed in this world.
Okay, can I also, because there are a few platforms here with KYC and things like that. That's also information which can be stored basically in the Pillar, and maybe, I don't know, with an API could be connected to exchanges, for example, because now I'm putting all kind of personal information and give it to exchanges, which I don't know if it's really safe, to be honest. Yeah, but a lot of times you need it. And do you have a solution for that as well? Then,
Sure,
for
absolutely.
Pillar?
So KYC and anti-money laundering and all these processes are going to be part of from the first release of the wallet that we're going to be releasing pretty soon. So the ICO wallet that we're releasing is going to have components of KYC and AML and accredited investor checking as well. But identity, in a sense, is something that is going to be a core of the Pillar platform, and we're going to have several identity protocols with which we're going to work. We're going to first start with one KYC, but eventually we're going to be working with several protocols of identity, as we're going to work with several blockchains. So Pillar is a blockchain agnostic project. We're going to work with several blockchains, as well as we're going to work with several storage protocols as well. So on the storage side, the identity side, and the blockchain side will be very flexible to work whatever makes sense for the users.
Okay, so for a lot of tokens and coins, Pillar can actually be a kind of a layer which is supporting their network.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we are aiming is to replace the current system of iOS and Android eventually. So what we are really aiming is to attack the world of data, and in the process help you also manage your tokens, participate in ICOs, and all these kind of things. But at the core of the system is to be able to create this platform, and that helps you, or help the world rather, change how data is owned and exchanged and consumed. And we're going to do it in three ways. It's very important. First of all, we're going to put you, the users, at the core of the platform. You own your data. That's the first thing. The second thing, this personal data locker that we're creating is going to eventually replace all your accounts. Why do you need all these accounts? We have email accounts, bank accounts, all these kind of accounts. When you have a personal data locker that is safe, that is redundant, that is decentralized, and that is owned by you, why do you need to fill out all these forms? Why do you need all these accounts? That's what we're going to replace. And third, very important as well, we are going to replace the concept of apps with services. You mentioned the APIs earlier. All these APIs, all these services that are going to be tied to the Pillar platform are going to connect to you, the user, with you owning the data. And that will create a much better, much richer discovery. Because the way that the data works today is that you, every time that you're doing a query on a search engine, every time that you're doing a use of an app, you're going out there and you're using the app. You're not at the center. The service is at the center. We need to reverse that. We need to put you, the user, at the center. So offers on whatever you request start coming to you, and instead of you are going out there. That's the world of pool. David Siegel, my co-founder, has written a book about it 10 years ago. So now the blockchain and decentralization and the studies of cryptography have enabled that for the first time to be a reality.
Okay.
So it's a gigantic project.
It's a real, yeah, because one of the things that I'm happy, because you're saying around the summer of this year, it's going to be this is going to be the first alpha version is going to be finished, or
the first release is going to be around the end of June, and then we're going to offer I hope that the SDK is going to be ready somewhere around the end of the summer, around September-ish. We're going to start providing that and becoming really the platform that people can start building on top of that. We want plenty of businesses, we want plenty of people to build profitable businesses on top of the Pillar platform. And what the Pillar gives you, it gives you a much lower cost of acquisition, because again, since there is no concept of apps, everywhere that the Pillar platform, the Pillar wallet is going to be installed, every time you as a service provider will be able to tap into the increasingly greater number of users that will use the Pillar wallet. So, for example, if you are offering, I don't know, an e-commerce site, the users don't need to know your app. They don't need to install your service. Think about it as a kayak on steroids, but for everything. Okay, so offers really start coming to you. It gives the users, it gives the service provider an ability to tap into a greater number of users every time we go. And we have a lot of demand. We have a lot of demand from municipalities. We have a lot of demand from countries. We have a lot of demand from many places that want to have. It's a perfect GDPR solution, to extract the personal information of the users and putting that in secure wallets.
Yeah,
All these kind of things are going to really increase the ecosystem, and every service provider that is going to tie its API to the Pillar platform will get access. So we're solving, in a sense, the chicken and egg problem for the ecosystem.
Okay, and one of the things that because if you're saying that there are service providers, maybe products and offers will come to you, then I think, okay, maybe my data is not going to be shared, but maybe they know a bit of my demographics, and that's going to be on the platform, and that's the way companies can offer products to me, or
it will be the same as you're doing today. For example, if you're performing a query and you're searching for a flight on Kayak. Right? You say, I want to go from Amsterdam to London on that date, Offers start coming to you.
Okay.
You didn't specifically look for British Airways or for KLM or for Air France, etc., in any other service, right? They offers start coming to you, and then you start tweaking it. Think about that on steroids and for everything. That creates a much richer experience. And since it creates a much richer experience, you don't have anymore the necessity of going and installing an app. Offers really comes to you. You see how it changes the way that data is owned and exchanged and consumed? That's exactly how we're going to do it.
Yeah, and it will not be, because if I look now if you use a search engine at the moment, even if I've been to London already, I will receive offers and all kinds of ads all the time.
Exactly.
So that will be redundant then after that.
This is the world of pull that we're creating versus the world that data is the world of push, basically, that the world that exists today. It's a vastly different world.
Yeah. Okay. Besides being one of the co-founders of Pillar, you're also connected to the 2030 project. So could you also briefly explain a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So 2030 is this time a for-profit company that builds services on top of the Pillar platform. The idea behind 2030 is to create the products and services that will be mainstream in 2030. And since Pillar was such a success, and Pillar is really growing in terms of the ecosystem, in terms of everything that we're building, 2030 really becomes a mechanism, a vehicle to launch products and services on top of the Pillar platform.
Okay.
The first one, by the way, is a safe, regulated, and secure way to participate in ICOs, in utility ICO, as well as we're going to pioneer a framework that is regulated to invest in equity ICOs.
Okay.
So really to enable people to sell tokens representing shares of the company, and do it from the wallet in a very secure and safe way, and regulated.
That sounds very interesting. Yeah, and that will also be GDPR proof, of course.
100%. The platform is Pillar, and the service that does the onboarding, that's 2030. This is where you kind of start to see the connection between the two. And I happen to be the co-founder of both of them, so that's why we tap into the platform of Pillar, launching those services. That's going to be the first one, but there's going to be many others.
Okay. Yeah, but what can I say? Yeah, thanks a lot, Tomer. And I had a lot of information. Probably they did as well.
Okay.
And probably talk to you soon again.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Thanks so much.
Take care.
Thanks guys.
Bye bye.